Hello everyone, it's Bernard here from Gdańsk, and this is Samsung Galaxy S10e. And I know it's not exactly the newest device, but I wanted to revisit it today after the iPhone 11 had its premiere. I still think that this phone has some unique features that help it stand out in the crowd of smartphones, especially for its now affordable price of $500 to $600. Actually, I linked some of the offers in the description below, so check it out. For that price, I think that this phone is a really great value, and let's see what it can offer. Okay, so this is Samsung Galaxy S10e, and according to Samsung, the E stands for essential. So what this basically is a cheaper and more affordable flagship phone, Android flagship phone. And when you think cheap and affordable in Android world, you basically see a list of features that are more or less likely to be scrapped by a manufacturer to save the cost. For example, the features that are most likely to get scrapped are wireless charging, almost always gone, certified water resistance, premium materials used for the casing, screen, and cameras. And on the other hand, the feature that is most likely to stay in the Android cheap phone is the raw power. Think of a Poco phone. It had a plastic casing, it had no wireless charging, no water resistance, mediocre camera, okay screen, but it had the top of the line processor, which made it kinda steal for $300. So it was a really great seller in the last year. But here's the thing. Over the years, the Android chips got so good that you don't see a substantial upgrade year over year. You actually won't really notice that improvement in performance unless you're exporting a 4K video. What you will notice is a lack of features, and luckily S10e actually has a ton of features that are usually restricted for premium phones, and here you have all of them in a phone that is less than $600. So it has obviously wireless charging. More, it has bilateral wireless charging, which is really cool when you're on a trip and you can really take only one cable and charge your accessories via your phone overnight. It has certified water resistance, and it's IP68, which is really great. It still has the headphone jack, USB-C, and expandable storage. It has a really great Samsung AMOLED display. It has really fantastic cameras, like the OnePlus 7 Pro really improved their camera game this year, but I still prefer Samsung cameras for the video at least. And Samsung has also night mode, which is really good in medium to low light, but it won't work in a no light situation. Like the Pixel 3 and the iPhone 11 may have a better night mode, I will test it in my comparison soon, but overall the cameras on this phone are really great, and combined with the headphone jack, this phone is really good, for example, for vlogging, especially for the price. What's more, the areas in which Samsung cut the corners in these phones aren't really downgrades. Like, it has capacitive fingerprint scanner in the power button, which isn't as futuristic as having in-display fingerprint sensor, but is both faster, more secure, and more reliable. More, it enables the great scroll down feature, which is really one of my favorite features in the phone, and it just adds up to the great user experience you have with S10e. Another one is the screen. It is a flat screen without curved corners, but I think it's a win-win situation. Like, the phone is cheaper and you don't have to worry about distorted images, and all you sacrifice is once again a futuristic look, which I was never a fan in the first place, so no big deal. The phone is smaller, which isn't really that much of a downgrade because it just fits in my hand better and it's more portable. And the build quality is really great, like it's this same great quality as with Note 10 Plus, so you're not sacrificing anything here, so you don't sacrifice anything here neither. All in all, I think that this is the most premium feeling phone under $800, and it's now for less than $600, which is a bargain for it. I was really considering it, buying it only for vlogging, like you can attach a mic to it and using expandable storage shoot a ton of b-roll, but what ultimately stopped me was the release of iPhone 11, so stay tuned for a comparison. But otherwise, I highly recommend this phone. I personally think that this is the best phone Samsung released this year. It's better even than the Note 10 Plus and even the Galaxy Fold. It's just so well-rounded phone that its only downside is the initial price. Like, it may seem like a good value because it was priced the same as iPhone XR, but it offered more features. But I think that Samsung overestimated the price, and the fact that it dropped so hard in so short time really proves the point. Like, iPhones tend to cost more because of the Apple tax, which basically nowadays means they will last for years with new updates and new features every year, while with Samsung the software updates are really delayed and often stops after 2 years. So I think that if Samsung priced this phone a little cheaper than the XR, they would have won the game of prices. But unfortunately, Samsung really hiked the prices up. Like, think of the regular Note 10, it's $1,000 phone with 1080p screen, small battery, and not that impressive insights. But if you buy this phone outside of the regular price, I think it's one of the greatest devices on 2018. And for me, this is the flagship killer's killer. It's the flagship strike back, if you will. So to sum up, I think that this is one of the best smartphones of 2019, and it's a flagship killer's killer, basically. It's the flagship striking back on all those cheaper phones trying to take their sales. This phone has both great power and great features.